Now we've looked at the pace metrics I use on my watch. The second group of data measures I like to see on my data screens or fields are time and heart rate. Time running and time elapsed, as well as the heart rate metrics of current heart rate, average heart rate, maximum heart rate, and the time spent in the heart rate zones. So now, let's dive deeper into the time metrics, time running, and time elapsed. Firstly, time running is basic. If I'm asked or want to run for a certain time, and I do that a lot lately as I'm using Garmin daily suggested workouts, then I need to know how much time I've spent running. A common run at the moment for me is what Garmin daily suggested workouts call a base run. An easy pace run for a certain time, for example, 42 minutes. Well, it's good to know what time I've been running so I can time the return to my starting point. If you are using Garmin daily suggested workouts and doing a tempo, threshold, or sprint workout, the watch will set the time for you and beep when to start and finish the faster segments of the run. So very handy. Now, elapsed time. It might be the same as run time, but you would be surprised how often you might pause or stop running during a run. You might have to go to the bathroom or stop and have a chat with a friend you happen across. So, that's the time metrics for me. Now, let's look at the 5 heart rate metrics I use on my watch. Now, the heart rate data that I'm interested in looking at during and after the run. First of all, current heart rate. It's good to know. I don't want it too low. I want the training session to be effective, improving my running fitness, but I don't want it too high. I'm interested in keeping myself healthy, having had atrial fibrillation and a cardiac ablation to help it several months ago. Don't want to go too high if I can help it. Average heart rate, well, that's important. I think it tells me a little bit about how efficient my running is, how efficient my heart is, the run itself, particularly if you compare it to my average pace. So average heart rate compared to average pace will tell you how efficient you are at your running. The fitter you get, the lower that number will be. And then maximum heart rate, what do you get your heart rate up to, particularly if it has some faster running intervals? Then I'm wondering how high my heart rate can go safely. That's important to me. And then finally, zones. Some of the training sessions that I do, in fact a lot of them, perhaps 80 to 90%, I'm looking to stay in zone 2. So that's a good little bit of data that you can have on your watch during and also having a look at after.